Hello and welcome to this video on philosophical systems in India. Today we will explore the rich tapestry of Indian philosophical thought that has evolved over thousands of years. We will begin with an overview of Indian philosophical systems before examining both the orthodox schools that accept Vedic authority and the heterodox schools that developed outside this tradition. We will explore the core concepts of each system, their founders, and their unique approaches to understanding reality and the path to liberation. Indian philosophy can be broadly divided into two categories. The Vedic systems, rooted in sacred texts called Shruti, focus on understanding the relationship between the self and the universe. The non-Vedic systems like Buddhism and Jainism emerged as responses to Vedic traditions, offering alternative perspectives. What makes Indian philosophy remarkable is its diverse approaches to fundamental questions about knowledge, reality, ethics, and logic. The six orthodox schools all accept the authority of the Vedas despite their different methodologies. Nyaya focuses on logic, while Vaishika explores atomic theory. Sankhya examines the dualism of consciousness and matter, and yoga provides practical methods for spiritual development. Mimamsa concentrates on ritual interpretation, and Vedanta explores the ultimate nature of reality. Together, these systems form the foundation of traditional Indian philosophical thought. 9. The School of Logic and Epistemology. Founded by Gautama, also known as Akshapada, the Nyaya school is India's sophisticated system of logic and epistemology. It identifies four valid sources of knowledge: perception, inference, comparison, and testimony. Nyaya philosophers developed complex systems of reasoning to determine what constitutes valid knowledge and arguments. While Western philosophy often treats logic as separate from spirituality, Nyaya views logical thinking as essential to liberation, helping us understand the true nature of reality and break free from ignorance. Vaisheshika, the atomistic school, founded by Kanada, is remarkable for developing atomic theory in ancient India. It categorizes everything in the universe into six fundamental types of substances and views reality as composed of indivisible atoms. The system classifies existence into categories like substances, qualities, actions, generality, and particularity. Vaisheshika philosophers believed that by understanding these fundamental constituents and their interactions, one could achieve liberation through direct knowledge of reality's true nature. Sankhya, the school of enumeration, attributed to the sage Kapila, is one of India's oldest philosophical systems and presents a fascinating dualistic view of reality. It distinguishes between Purusha, that is pure consciousness, and Prakriti, that is matter. Prakriti operates through three qualities or gunas: Sattva, that is goodness; Rajas, that is activity; and Tamas, that is inertia. According to Sankhya, suffering occurs when we identify consciousness with material existence. Liberation comes through Viveka, the discriminative knowledge that allows us to recognize that our true nature as Purusha is distinct from the material world. Yoga, the school of union and practice, systemized by Patanjali in his Yoga Sutras, is both a philosophical system and a practical discipline. While most of you might associate yoga with physical postures, the classical system encompasses much more. Patanjali's Ashtanga or eight-limbed path includes ethical disciplines, physical postures, breathing techniques, sense withdrawal, concentration, and meditation. What distinguishes yoga philosophy is its emphasis on practice. It offers not just theoretical understanding, but concrete methods to quiet the minds, overcome suffering, and ultimately achieve union with universal consciousness. Mimamsa, the school of ritual interpretation, founded by Gemini, developed primarily as a method of interpreting Vedic texts and rituals. Unlike other schools focused on liberation, Mimamsa concentrates on dharma, righteous duty, and moral law. Mimamsa philosophers developed sophisticated hermeneutical principles to interpret sacred texts correctly. They believed that properly performed rituals could maintain cosmic order and fulfill one's duties. This school was particularly influential in developing Indian theories of language, meaning, and interpretation that remain relevant to modern linguistics and hermeneutics. Vedanta, the school of ultimate knowledge, considered the culmination of Vedic philosophy, focuses on the relationship between Atman, individual self, and Brahman, ultimate reality. The most influential tradition within Vedanta is Advaita, non-dualism, systemized by Adi Shankaracharya. According to Advaita Vedanta, the apparent distinction between self and reality is an illusion called Maya. When this illusion is overcome through knowledge, one realizes that Atman and Brahman are identical. This realization, Aham Brahmasmi, or I am Brahman, constitutes liberation from suffering the cycle of rebirth. The Upanishads, forming the concluding portion of the Vedas, serves as the foundation of Vedic philosophical systems. These profound texts explore the nature of consciousness, reality, and liberation through dialogues between teachers and students. They introduce key concepts like Brahman, Atman, and their relationship. While interpretations differ among various Vedic schools, they all engage with these core texts. The Upanishadic inquiry represents one of humanity's earliest systematic attempts to understand consciousness and the fundamental nature of existence. The non-Vedic system emerged as responses to certain aspects of Vedic tradition. Buddhism, founded by Gautam Buddha, rejects the permanent self and emphasizes the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path to overcome suffering. Jainism, associated with Mahavira, champions non-violence and the doctrine of multiple perspectives. The materialistic Charvaka school takes a radical approach, rejecting metaphysical concepts entirely and advocating for empiricism and hedonism. These heterodox traditions challenged Vedic orthodoxy and contributed enormously to India's philosophical diversity. As we have seen today, Indian philosophical systems offer a remarkably diverse spectrum of approaches to understanding reality, consciousness, and liberation. These traditions developed in dialogue with one another, often responding to and building upon competing viewpoints. Their sophisticated analysis of perception, consciousness, and reality anticipated many developments in modern philosophy and cognitive science. So that's a wrap up for this video. In the next one, we will continue with some other topic in the Indian knowledge system. And if you found this helpful, give it a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to help us grow. I will see you in the next one. Till then, happy learning.